Core warm-up number 1, simple sit-up. Same thing, as always, maintaining a neutral pelvic position as we challenge ourselves to lift the entire weight of our bodies over and over again, contracting the ribs, contracting the core. Arms are overhead to challenge you even more. The more leverage you provide against the core, the more you reach back, the harder it is. Laying prone on the ground, arching up. Again, arms are overhead to challenge your core even more, to the leverage and weight of your arms and shoulders. Reach up as high as you can, flex your lower back muscles, lift your chest up. The more you can pick up your chest, the better. Back into a seated position. Reach up towards the ceiling. Merely shifting your scapula off the ground and getting a hard contraction in your midsection while you reach straight up at the ceiling so that you can flex your core as much as possible, flexing your rib cage down as much as possible. Try not to strain your neck as you do this. Alternating feet. Keeping your pelvis in a neutral position, just tap the ground with one foot and repeat on the other side. These are prerequisites for dead bugs. The dead bug, alternating arm and leg on opposite sides, contralaterally, reaching back and reaching forward as much as you can with your arm and your leg. Again, challenging yourself to keep a neutral shoulder position and neutral pelvic position. Laying prone again. Arch up as high as you can and then roll while keeping as little of the surface area of your belly on the ground as you can. So you're arching up with your chest, you're arching up with your legs, and you're rolling yourself up and over. Common gymnastics drill. Laying flat on your back, going up into a V-up sit-up. Challenge yourself by extending your legs to a complete straight line. Really reach for your toes as much as you can. Bicycle kick. Same thing, neutral pelvic position. Reach the elbow to the knee as best as you can. Do not strain the neck, do not pull on your neck, just rotate. Your thoracic needs to rotate. With the arm and leg extended, reach across your body just like in the bicycle kick position. The leg extended is going to make it a lot more challenging because you're going to have to contract your quad really tight to hold it up. Grab an invisible barrel. Roll. Push your lower back into the ground. This challenges you to use a lot of the rib cage muscles that get overlooked in training normally. Leg lift plus flutter kick. So you're doing a normal leg lift where you pitch yourself at the hips, but you're also flutter kicking at the exact same time, which makes you challenge your core a lot more. Kick as fast or as slow as you need to. Don't go lower than is necessary. Do not tweak your back doing this. Go as low as you can control your core. Legs up, extended at the knee. Reach for the ceiling with your pelvis. trying to touch your toes to the ceiling, using your lower abdominals to contract and lift your hips off the ground. Tucking yourself up into a balled up position and then extending yourself out straight, reaching back with your head and forward with your feet. Doing your best to keep your lower back off the ground as long as possible. You're balancing on your hips, you're balancing on your butt. Extend the legs out, slowly control yourself with your core. Stabilize yourself. Extend the legs up straight, reach as high as you possibly can with your legs up in the air, and slowly lower yourself down. Back onto the forearms, lean to one side. Switch to the other side, side planks, alternating. Walk back up into a push-up position, extended arm side plank. Corkscrew your shoulder into place so that your shoulder is tight when you lean onto your hand. Do not rush. If you can, challenge yourself to lift a leg in that position. You have to push your base leg down into the ground really hard, squeeze your core, and squeeze your glutes tight to create a stable position. Think about leaning back and opening your shoulders as much as you can. Open your chest. Back down to the forearm, drop the hips down to the ground and bring them back up. Elbow to knee in the side plank position. Dynamically moving your upper body furthest away from the floor while you stabilize with your lower body should challenge your oblique on the bottom a lot. Switch to the other side and repeat. Back to a push-up position. Shake it out. Inchworms. All the way into a jackknife position. Walking your hands from your feet all the way out in front of you. Hold your core tight and extend your body as much as you possibly can. Brace your core before you do this. It should look like a bridge. Do not bend your spine. Squeeze your glutes tight and walk as far out as you can control. Lock your kneecaps straight. Lock your elbows straight. Draw a giant circle with your hands, bringing your hands all the way around and then all the way back together. Keep your core tight, keep your butt tucked in position. You're up on the balls of your feet and you're challenging yourself to lean far forward. Hands are completely overhead and then they try to come completely around to touch your sides, drawing a big circle. Walk yourself back through the inchworm. Starting with your hips up in the air, dive under the fence and then bring yourself back, piking the hip. Dive under the fence, leaning far forward and back. Focus on your core more than anything else. Dive in between your hands, go slow. If your shoulders have trouble rotating, you may feel them snap, crackle, pop, and click. Go very slow. Do not injure your shoulders doing this movement. It does start to challenge the stability of your shoulders a lot. Push through the floor hard. Laying running man. With a mini band, lay in the neutral pelvic position with your hips up as much as possible. Extend one leg straight, keeping the other knee tucked into your chest. Focus on getting that knee up as high as possible as you extend the other leg to straight. Take the mini band, put it right below the knee. Lay in a bent knee, bent hip, side plank position. 90 degrees bent at the knee, 90 degrees bent at the hip. Spread your shins as far as possible. Spread your feet as far as possible. Spread your knees as far as possible. Keep your hip off of the floor. You can stabilize with your upper body any other way possible. Open your hips. Attempt to break the band.